Who are you?
I'm an artist. It took me a while to kind of just accept it. It's just weird to say that, but it's like just to accept, because I think you kind of feel like it's not enough. Like I got to be an entrepreneur. I got to be I got to be a businessman. I got to be a mogul. And everybody spends so much time trying to be a brand, and brands spend so much time trying to be human. And I learned that over 30 years. And it's all twisted. Like, we're right where we need to be. I'm just an artist. I'm just I don't get too geeked out. It's just paint on canvas, just like it has been since the caves of Lascaux, just communicating. It's human. I'm just doing a human thing. That's it.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of King Crush Thursday, the series where we highlight and uplift Black men, because frankly, not too many people are doing it. My name is Val Gay, and I'm super excited to bring this brother to you today. Let's see, he is a creative. He has served as a creative director and artistic director in many different areas, including digital technology, think blockchains and NFTs, et cetera, et cetera. You might have to look those things up because I can't explain them to you exactly what they are, but I know they're really cool. And then recently, he started a work on his Afrofuturism comic book series, and is working his characters through that and his creativity through that. And I'm super excited to bring to you. Please welcome Mr. Anthony Howard. Hi, Anthony.
Hey, thank you for the introduction. Appreciate
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And actually, do you go by Tony or do you go by Anthony?
I'm Tony most of the time. In Philly, I'm Tony.
Okay.
Everywhere else around the world, they call me something different, but in Philly, I'm Tony. So,
All right. Well, since I'm in Philly, it's
and
okay.
my
I'm going
artist name is TYWHO, but
to TYWHO. Okay. So what do you
there
want
you
us to
go.
call? What do you want us to call you?
Tony is fine. I'm in
Tony.
Philly. I'm a Philly audience. See
Yes.
me on the street, call me Tony.
All right. But just so you know, we are a global audience. So okay, I'll put it this way: if you see him in the street and you're in Philly, call him Tony. If you see him anywhere else in the world and you see him as an artist, you call him TYWHO. Right now, because I'm in Philly at this moment, I'm going to call him Tony. Hey, Tony, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's method to the madness too.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad that you are here because your presence here really helps to put another wedge in the myopic window that we see narrowly through to see Black men, particularly through the media. Usually, those very small number of stereotypes are often negative, and while some of them may be true, they are certainly incomplete. And so, we want to make sure that we expand the narrative so that more of these stories can get out there, so that a young king who may or may not have positive Black male role models will be able to come to this repository, see the same 6 questions answered by over 200 amazing Black men, and hopefully find guidance there. And then for the rest of us who are neither male or even Black, that we can look through again this narrow lens and see a whole world of folks that perhaps we haven't seen before, and hopefully will expand our thoughts around the world. And so I'm so glad you're here to contribute. And when I'm going to get started with the first question, which is, what does manhood mean to you?
Yes, that's interesting. You mentioned, it's a complicated question. I'm a grandfather now. I have two adult daughters. I've been an artist my entire life, and and I'm one of those kids that didn't really know their father. I maybe met my father a handful of times in my life. So trying to define manhood has been a challenge, right? I think for me now, where I'm kind of landing on being a man is being present, being reliable. Um, I don't want to say things like strong or anything like that, but just being, and again, it's being a usefulness, a purpose. I think I would say that being a man is being clear and living within your purpose.
Got it. Got it.
That makes
Awesome. It does. It makes sense. Thank you. Thank you so much. And so, Tony, who and or what is important to you?
Oh wow. I mean, my family really. My family is number one. My daughters, my mom, my grandmother. God rest her soul. And just my family here in Germantown and Philadelphia in general. I kind of think especially I came. Didn't really expect to come back here. It's kind of a long story about how I wound up back in Philadelphia a couple of years ago. After doing crypto, after living on the West Coast for a little while. My youngest daughter still lives out there. And coming back here was really kind of a journey of like understanding, um, what the reasons were, like why I'm here. And I worked in branding for a long time, marketing, working like selling things. And I'm always been really concerned about like how that's been affecting our society in general. And I was like, the cure to branding, and it only makes sense if you follow it through as family, like cut through all the nonsense of the world, everything that's going on in politics, everything that's going on. Like if people start living in their purpose and focus on family, everything else I think will take care of itself. You know.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. I hear you. Thank you. So, Tony, how do you want us to see you?
Um, as a as a kind of like Gandalf, to a wizard, a resource. I think I've had tremendous mentors. I had an amazing life. I get to paint now. I kind of live in this realm where, I feel like just everything's a privilege, and I'm just so thankful just to kind of be able to have what I have. So I just want to share. As I'm getting long in the tooth. 50, I'll turn 52 this year. This month, I mean next month, 22nd, Pisces. Um, yeah, I just want to be a service. I just want to make sure the younger generation, the young kings coming up, have mentorship, have someone they can rely. Being in this space kind of showed me the importance of being here. So many young men and women that, whether they're going to be artists or not, just kind of understanding that art is a space not to get famous, not to whatever. It's a space to be able to kind of express things that you can't express anywhere else, like in writing, or you can't talk it out, but you can put it in that little square rectangle and it's out and it's yours and it helps. And so I just think I want to share that, for my remaining time, I'm here, God willing. That's what I want to do. Yeah.
Mm, that's great. That's great. Awesome. Excellent. You may be have previewed question 4, which is, what is your epic dream?
Mm. Oh, wow. All right. Well, it's funny. I have a project called Neo Delphia, and it kind of ties into what I do. And it really goes back to me being an artist, growing up here in Philly when I was a kid was so great. Like we had, I think we took it for granted, but it's like, art museum was free most Sundays. And, we had tons of programs at the Moore and they were just open to everyone that, my grandma said, closed mouth don't get fed. If you just kind of say you were into art, like it fed you a good diet of things to do. And I just had like just teachers, mentors from elementary school on, just kind of serving it up to me. But I would like to create that here in Philadelphia, um, you know, codependently, independently of institutions, but I want to have something that can sustain. Almost like I think Philadelphia is like the ultimate dojo for art. Like you can come here and learn and get sharp and get great. And so when you go out to the rest of the world, like you're fully prepared. So like a series of schools and the like new schools to replace the ones that have gone, like University Arts and maybe PAPA, things like that. But schools that are geared towards the 21st and 22nd century that can like really like when I say creative economy, I'm really thinking like, if a person chooses a life of creativity, which isn't easy, I don't want to compound that with being in poverty. Simply as that. Just to live a life. I forget I think it's Sweden. They have a basic income for artists now, because they recognize the value that artists bring to the world. I just want, um, like I said, Philadelphia is so rich in invention and art. Just like I want this to be a beacon of that for the world. Like when you think of Philadelphia, you may not think of like blue chip galleries, but you're like, and Philadelphia has always been this. That's where you go to get excellent. That's where you go to get good. You go to New York to get famous. You go to Philadelphia to get good. So that's what I want. If I can even have one school, I'll be great. But if I have 10, 20, 100, I'll be fine too. Yeah.
That's awesome. Excellent. Excellent. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And so I do think you have been answering question 5 all along implicitly, but I'm going to ask you explicitly, Mr. Anthony, man of several names, Tony, TYWHO, Howard, who are you?
I'm an artist. It took me a while to kind of just accept it. It's just weird to say that, but it's like just to accept, because I think you kind of feel like it's not enough. Like I got to be an entrepreneur. I got to be this. I got to be a businessman. I got to be a mogul. And everybody spends so much time trying to be a brand, and brands spend so much time trying to be human. And I learned that over 30 years. And it's all twisted. Like, we're right where we need to be. I'm just an artist. I don't get too geeked out. It's just paint on canvas, just like it has been since the caves of Lascaux, just communicating. It's human. I'm just doing a human thing. That's it.
I hear you. Awesome. That's excellent. Great. Thank you. Well, here we are already at question 6, which is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't, or you wanted me to ask you that I didn't? In other words, what did I miss?
It's this space that I'm in Germantown, Braid Mill. Has been I'm kind of calling this period like everything you see here. I think I painted close to 100 paintings in 2 years, and and it's just a long story about how it was very organic, very natural. It's just this space, these people here. I think we're like such a Philly's like best kept secret. Just tons of personalities, artists, businesses, creative people. And you look at it like as a co-working space. This is one big space out of many. But my current show at No Name Gallery, maybe that's it. We have a current show at No Name Gallery with two of my friends who I met in this space, Nina and Dave. We're neighbors, we're family, we're brothers, we're sisters. And our show in No Name is called It's a Family Affair, which is like just I feel it's the Germantown vibe, but I think it's the Philly vibe. Like again, maybe it's the age, but as I get older, I just think family is so good. I just think it's better than anything. So yeah, answer the question. I tend to ramble sometimes.
No, you answered it. You absolutely answered it. Yeah, I hear you. This is where you are right now. This is great. And I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so glad that you leaned into your creativity and to be an artist and to fully claim it. Our society needs um, everyone who have specific gifts and talents and purpose to lean into what those things are, and not to frankly, imitate other people, but to be yourselves. We need an original you, not an imitation of someone else, you know? And so I'm so grateful that you're here. And I'm so grateful that you're in Philly in the art scene. And I just honor you, my king. I really do hope your epic dream comes true sooner rather than later and multiple times over. That would be so awesome. And I'm so grateful that you're here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. And again, back at you. Thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for shining the light on Philadelphia.
Awesome. Thank you. And stay right there because I want to thank the audience for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. And if there's a positive and successful Black man in your life who you want to hear from or see highlighted in this forum, please click the link below or in my bio, fill out the nomination form, and we'll take it from there. That's actually how we met. Mr. Anthony Tony TYWHO Howard, because someone else was kind enough to nominate him. And so we're really grateful for that. And we want to have as many, like I said, positive brothers as possible. I should always say, I don't really care what someone does for a living. I say it all the time. I got two caveats. As long as it's legal and it's not hurting anybody, I don't care what they do for a living. What I really care about is the content of the brother's character and the impact that he is having on his community, starting with the nuclear family and radiating out to the rest of the world. Those folks are the ones who we also want to see highlighted and hear from in this forum. So please stay tuned next week for yet another amazing king. And please remember to spread love and have a great day. Thanks so much. And Tony, thank you so much. It was really wonderful. Thank you.
Appreciate you.